Welcome to my Makeup Monday for Monday the 26th of February 2024. My name is Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast. So welcome. So today I'm going to play with the Hills of Tuscany stamp set and try and recreate a watercolour card I did. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have success, but I'm going to give it a go. I have had requests to do this as a class, but I'm not doing it as a class because I feel it's fraught with danger. So I'm doing it as a video for you. So let's switch down to the craft desk and we can get started, and I can show you what supplies you need, and yeah, then we can start making the card. So let's switch down. Okay. Let me show you the cards first. How about that? So this is the one that I'm most happiest with. And it's just purely using the Hills of Tuscany stamp set on watercolour paper, the Fluid 100 watercolour paper that Stampin' Up has. So that's one that I had to play with. And it's a scene building stamp set, and you just really just have to play. You can't guarantee it's going to turn out exactly the same each time. This was another one, and I thought my hills were too steep, so I did it again. So yeah, as I said, you just have to play, and you'll get something different each time. Oh, that's not the one. That was my first attempt. My team leader, Linda Dulkey, did one quite similar to this, and I thought I'd have a try at doing it. Now, that was my first attempt, so I'm not completely happy with that one. So then I said, I thought to myself, let's do green hills. So then I did this one. And I thought, no, those hills are too steep. Don't like them. And then I did this one, and that was the one that I was most happiest with. So they were my three watercolor ones on watercolor paper. This one I tried to recreate a photo that I took in Venice last year when my husband and I went to Italy. I didn't really nail the photograph, but it's Burano, an island off Venice, and all the houses are really colourful, and there's all these little causeway's not the right word, little canals, that's the word, in between, and there's little bridges across, and the little boats are sort of tied up to poles on the walkway. So that one wasn't on watercolor paper, that was on with basic white cardstock. So they're my three plus this one attempts. So as I said, we're using Hills of Tuscany stamp set, the Fluid 100 watercolor paper that's in the annual catalogue. You get 10 pieces, and they're 5 inches by 7. It's $15.75, and all I do is actually cut a 5 by 7 in half, and that gives you a really good panel for a card front to play with. So that's the paper we're using. And on this card, I'll let you in on a secret. There's a little mistake under this little banner. And I was so disappointed because I thought, oh, this one turned out the best. So I just cut out the teeniest little label tag die from the Nested Essential dies, and popped that over my little boo-boo. So you don't know about that. So basically, these are the two main things, the Nested Essential dies and the Hills of Tuscany. What else do we have here? So I've got some little banners cut. I've got a range of inks that we'll use to create the scene, so I will tell you those inks as we go. And I've cut out a couple of little banners, some in Very Vanilla and a couple in Crushed Curry, because I'm not quite sure which one I want to go with, so I'll put those over there. So you've got your piece of watercolor paper, and it's 12 point, I notice I'm needing a new blade in my trimmer. It's 12.8 centimeters by 9, or it's 5 inches by 3.5 inches. And I've got a matting piece then, just to give me, so this one I had a matting piece of Cajun Craze, so I thought I'd go with the sunset colour today. So this is crushed curry, and it's 13.3 centimeters by 9.5, or 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then you've just got your card base. So I've got thick very vanilla card base here, and it's 14.9 centimeters by 21 centimeters, or 5 7/8 by 8 1/4. It's just half a sheet of A4 cardstock. So our cardstock here is A4 size. So if you just cut a sheet of A4 in half, you get 2 card bases out of it. So that's all we're using in cardstock. Okay, so let's put our card base and matting piece right away, because we do not want to get them wet whilst we're playing. I'll put them over here. Okay, so I will bring my favourite one back in, and I shall put it here. Hopefully you can see that. Yes, it's in a little plastic bag, because if I spritz, it's not going to get damaged. So we're going to start with our piece of watercolour paper. I'll take that off. And I've got a variety of blocks here as well. So the first thing I did was I put this round this way, I think. I don't think I've got Cajun Craze down. I've used Petal Pink for my sky. So I'm just going to here get the sky stamp out of the stamp set. Once again, I get a croaky throat as soon as I start a video. Okay, I am going to spritz my watercolour paper and just wet it down a little bit. It doesn't really matter which side. Okay, and I've got my chamois from my glass mat that I can mop up any overspray with, like so. Okay, so I'm just going to ink up my sky with the Petal Pink. I'm really hoping this works out, because if not, I'm going to have to do another video. But anyway, let's give it a whirl. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. There we go. And I'm going to also pop some over here, so that the sky is all over the place, like all over. Now I shall close that up and put it to one side, and I shall get my aqua painter. So you do need a spritzer and an aqua painter, and I'm just going to move some of that ink around, just like so, just squeezing through my aqua painter. Got these little black speckles coming out of my aqua painter. I don't know what they are, but it doesn't affect the card. They just brush off. I should have got a piece of paper towel, but I didn't. I forgot. Okay, so that's our sky done pretty much. Now I'm going to pull that off, and I'm going to get this one. Pretty sure this is the one I used. There's the little hello. I can't lose that. It's so tiny. Okay, so that's the little hello. Sorry, that's the little sky piece, next sky piece I want. And that's going to be in crushed curry. So I'm just going to ink it up. I'm not going to worry about my paper piercing mat whilst we play. And I'm just going to stamp that whilst we've got some water still on our watercolour paper. And once again, I'm just going to bring my aqua painter in and just sort of blend that in like so. You can spread it as far and as wide as you want. So that's probably all I want to do there. And I shall clean my little stamp off. I don't think I want that stamp again, but who would know? Because as I said, this is just creating on the go, and it just, yeah, it'll just sort of work out in the long run. Okay, I think I want this one, so I need this one again. So that's crushed curry finished for the moment. And this one I want old olive. So you can see it's just building the scene. That's what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to go, I've got my other one up here. I'm going to go here. Doesn't matter if I'm going onto my glass mat, because we can wipe that off. Okay, I'm leaving that because I'm going to try and spread the yellow down. Can you see what I'm trying to achieve? Okay, we might go here again to give us some undulating hills, and maybe here. Now, it doesn't look much at the moment, I know, but bear with me. And now I'm going to get back my this little piece, and I'm going to fill in some gaps as best I can. Okay, let's just have a little play with that now. Okay, I'll put that away for the moment. Now I'm just going to bring my aqua painter back in, and I'm just going to apply some water and sort of spread it around. Spread the ink around. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So we've got some more hills and valleys in this one. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just moving the ink around with the water coming out of the aqua painter. You don't have to squeeze all the time to get the water. You can just use what's on the brush end. Okay. So we've got a few hills happening. I'm just going to wipe that off. Now I might hit this with my heat tool. Just got to try and pick it up. It's sort of stuck. And wipe that off with a tissue. I'm going to dry it off with my heat tool. Okay, I'm going to pop that back up there. My heat tool sits up on the windowsill. Okay, so now I've got a gap here, but that's okay. I'm going to get that piece, or should I get this piece? No, I'm going to get this piece out again, and I'm going to find my crushed curry again. And I'm going to ink that up, and I'm going to just put that in there. I know that doesn't look much, but as I said, it's really just playing and seeing what you can get out of it. Okay, so that's pretty good. I think that looks quite good. Now I am going to go back now and get my big sky piece out, because I want a little bit more texture in the sky, if that makes sense. Hope it does. Where's my big block? Here it is. Okay. I might just swoosh this around a little bit more into the yellow. There we go. That's a bit better. Liking that. Okay, so I'll get back into the petal pink. And ink it up a bit. And I'm going to go round my sunset. There we go. That's getting a little bit more colour back into the sky. There we go. Oop, just put my finger in it. So you can see it's just a matter of playing. And that's the best way I can describe it. You just play. And then the scene sort of comes to life. Now I could just, I might regret doing this, but okay, I'm happy. Okay, I think that's looking quite good. Now I'm going to hit that with my heat tool again, because now I want to come back in and I want it to be fairly dry, and I want to put my little house on the hill and put some trees and maybe the sun going down. So just let me hit it with the heat tool again. Okay, so you can see it doesn't really look like much at the moment. It just sort of seems to come together at the end. Okay, so I'm going to get my little block and I'm going to get my little house. And I did that in Cajun Craze, so I didn't get that one down. So let me get Cajun Craze. Okay, so I'll bring it down so I can see what I'm doing. So see how this is a little bit sort of blurry? If I put my house here, that's going to tidy that up a little bit. Okay. And then if you want, if you're brave, and I'm not sure I am, you can just sort of carefully go over your little house with your aqua painter and sort of give it a bit more depth. I hope this is making sense to people. I am not the expert on this. My upline Linda, she is the expert on watercolouring. That's sort of just filling in, like just sort of giving it a bit more depth, the house. And I'll clean that off. Okay, now I'm going to get the little piece that looks like the roof. Here it is. So many tiny pieces in this. It's very scary. Okay, now I did wild wheat for the roof. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that up. Ink that up, sorry. And I'm going to bring it down low so I can line it up, because this piece here, this bottom piece of the roof has to go into that section here. Can you see that? So I'm just going to have to try and line that up a little bit. So if my head comes in, I do apologise. I think I pretty well got that. Got my roof on my house. Happy with that. That looks good. Okay, so put the roof back. Now I'm going to get Mossy Meadow out. So you're just using a variety of colours all the time. And I'm going to ink up the trees, the 5 trees. I'm going to put them up here on the hill, like so. And and somebody next door's thumping something, and it always happens when I'm doing a video, and I don't like that. Okay, and then these are the 3 trees in the stamp set. So you've got little clusters of trees. Okay, I'll put this one down here. That's that. Now, I just want to try, this is where I made my boo-boo last time. I just want to try and ink up two trees. And that looks like I've done that. Thank goodness for that. And I might just pop them there. Yes. This last time I did that, I got a bit of ink on the 3rd tree, and I was very cross with myself. So now I'm going to bring my aqua painter back in, and I'm just going to, I'm not even squeezing water through it. I'm just letting the paint tip, the brush tip, spread the ink, just to make the trees look softer. I don't think I need to do it on that one. I'll do it on these ones, and I will just turn it around so I cannot touch anything. There we go. Okay, I think that's starting to look almost, almost like this one. I could go back and try and define that hill a bit, but I'm not going to, because the more you play, the more chances are you can ruin it. She says as she goes back in and tries to play. But you know, sometimes it's just fun. Okay. Enough is enough. Stop. Less is more. Oh, now the next door neighbour's doing a power tool. That'd be right. Okay. Let's just stop for a moment. Don't get carried away. And we might have to hit it with the heat tool again. Can you believe that? Although my heat tool's going to make noise, so that's... Okay, and I'll pop that back up there. And I just, can you see I just mopped up a little spot of water? So that is where our pumpkin pie sun is going to go. Because I think that would be a good colour to use. Let me just practice. Have I got a scrap somewhere? I've got a scrap that's in here. Oh, and I've got ink all over my block. How are we going for time? Is that going to be too orange? Let's think. See, as I said, it's just a matter of playing. Let's get our crushed curry out and have a little look at that. I think crushed curry is going to be better. So we put the pumpkin pie away. Crushed curry it will be. And I'm going to put it right here. And I do not know what that something outside is. But you know, and I'm just putting a little bit of my aqua painter, wetting it up and putting it a bit there. Okay. Now, because I went back, I've got these definite lines here now, and I'm just going to try and spread those a little bit. Because it's the Fluid 100 watercolour paper, it makes, you know, blending and what have you so easy. Okay, I think that's looking a bit better. As I said, it's just playing and it's just fun. Okay, let's see if we can define this hill a bit. I think that's got it a bit better. And let's see if we can blend that in a little bit better. I don't want to touch the trees though. think I should leave well enough alone now. And we might have to hit that with the heat tool again. Okay, close up our inkpad. So if you really wanted to, if you weren't happy with your sky, you could come back in and with, I'll just pop my sun back here, with, and I don't need my spritzer, so I'll put that away because we don't want to get into trouble. You could come back in with your petal pink, wherever I've put that, and a blending brush. Let's see how much is already on this. That's enough. And just, if you wanted to just, you know, do that with your sky, you could. Okay, I'm happy. Stop playing. Put all your inks away except for Mossy Meadow. Okay, so crushed coffee. Does that go there? Yeah, I think it does. Wild wheat, Cajun craze, old olive. Okay, that clears the decks a little bit. Okay, so what did I end up doing with my cut? Oh, here it is. I'm pretty sure I can clear this off. Put my little cloth away. Now, how do you think that turned out? But it's really just a matter of playing and just persevering until you get what you want. It's similar but not quite the same. I've got my skies darker. So, okay, let's bring in our card base and my tags. Okay, I am going to, what am I going to do? Hang on to that note because I use that one again. Okay, let's fold our card base in half. I've already got it scored at 10.5 centimetres. I have no idea what that is in inches. So you just fold your card base in half. Okay, now this one I put some twine around it. I don't know whether I should do that again, maybe. I might. And you know what? I'm going to put this. Now I just remembered my glue's nearly empty. And I opened a new one for my class yesterday. And I don't have any more up here. Which is a disaster. I've got to try and get this to work for me. And I have to place an order. I can't run out of Tombow. That'll do. It's going to have to do. Okay, so I'll pop this onto my crushed curry matting piece. Crushed curry, that's hard to say, matting piece. There we go. Nice. I think it's pretty good. I think I've almost duplicated it. Oh, got to do my windows in my Tuscan house. Okay, so this is the basic black Stampin' Write marker. It's an old one, so it's got the finer little point up here. So I'm just going to, no, I'm going to use the other one, the other end. I'm going to just blacken out the windows because I think I should. So I'm just popping them in there. Blacking out the windows like so. I think that's pretty good. Sometimes, you know, if I go back to try and add a little bit, it's not good. Okay, so see, I've just blackened out the windows. So you can't, you know, that's what it looked like when we were over there. So Now I've got a little crushed curry banner that I could use, or I've got a very vanilla banner. To differentiate between the two, I tell you what I need to do. Before I do that, I need to ground the trees. Here we go. And I'm going to do that with a stamping, a blender pen. These are in the annual catalogue, and you can get 3 in a pack. So I'm just going to put a little bit of ink on a block and pick up a little bit of ink, and I'm just going to ground the trees. Because it looks a bit better. That's too dark there, I'm not happy with that. But anyway, just giving them something. Otherwise they look like they were standing in midair, and I didn't like that. So let me see if I can go back in and lighten this up. Probably not. Let's see what I can do with this. See, I told you it's just a matter of playing. Okay, so my aqua painter is giving me a little bit more blending ability. You just have to play. Okay, I'm going to stop now. Okay, I'll just mop that up with my tissue off my block. And I might just get my tissue. There we go. As you can see, it really is just a matter of playing with what you've got. Okay, so I'm going to pop that there. So I'll use those on something else. So I am going to get the little hello out of the stamp set. It's so teeny and tiny. I need my tiniest little block. And now, don't forget, this is the last week of celebration. If you want anything from the celebration brochures and the extra add-on ones, you need to place an order before Thursday evening, because once we're into March, all those celebration items are gone. You can't get them anymore. So just remember that. So I'm not happy with this little bit of watering here. So that's where I'm going to put my banner. Just hide that a little bit. Just a little bit. And I'm going to pop that up on Stampin' Right markers. No. Stamping Dimensionals. Goodness gracious, what am I saying? So if you want to join Stamping Up, this is the last week where this promotion is all available. So you've got 2 options. You can join, pay $169 and get $235 in product plus this glass matte studio, or you can pay $169 and choose $286 in product. Really good promotion. If you're interested in doing that, just let me know. Okay, I don't know whether I'll put the twine around it. I'm just trying to think. Yes, let's do it. So that's not the one I want. I might use the linen thread today. I think that was Baker's twine. Might not have been. Who knows? Who would know? Okay, so I'll just grab, oh, here it is, my double-sided tape. And I will just put this down. Is that the bottom? No, see, I was going to, yes it is. Okay, I'm just going to put this down here. Attach my twine like that. I'm just going to run this around a couple of times. And I'm going to get my snips. Snip that. Get some more double-sided tape. Now the reason why I'm doing the double-sided tape a little bit in, I have found that if I want to put something up on dimensionals, the dimensionals don't stick to the double-sided tape. So that's a little bit annoying. Okay, that's good. So that's secured down like that. And I'm just gonna, like this. There we go. Now I'll get my dimensionals, my big dimensionals. Here we go. So yeah, the dimensionals don't stick to this glossy part of the double-sided tape. So put the dimensional over the twine, and that's sort of sticking a bit better, and I'll put a couple in the middle, just so there's no saggage. Don't want saggage. Okay. And I don't think that has secured my twine very well. So let me just get another piece of double-sided tape when I can find the end of it. So I hope everyone had a nice weekend. We had a nice weekend. It was a quiet one. I had a class yesterday and that was lots of fun. And it was a scrapbooking class. And I think I've had my oldest class attendee yesterday. She was 87. And she did such a fantastic job. So that was pretty cool. It was a lovely class. Just had 2 people and it just went so well. It was really fun. That was Saturday. Okay, so there's my card. I think I pretty much duplicated it. But as I said, you can see how a lot of things just need to go. You can need to go with the flow. I think I like the sky better on this one. This one looks a bit rainbowish. I could go back in and try and blend that a bit more. I might do that. You never know. But for now, I won't touch it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you can sort of see why I'm not going to run it as a class, because I just feel like it could be fraught with danger. So let's switch back to today's view. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, so that's our card. I might have a play with that sky. I'll have to think about it. So remember, last week a celebration. Where's my brochure? Let me find my brochure. Last week a celebration. If you want anything out of this catalogue, you need to order it this week, before Thursday, before midnight Thursday night. So any $90, you'll get something free out of this catalogue and the other add-ons. And when you check it, if you go to my online store, when you check out, it won't let you check out without you selecting your celebration items, so it reminds you. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a great week. I've got a few things planned this week, but yeah, I'm getting into my scrapbooking a little bit more, so I'm enjoying that. So have a great week, everyone, and I will see you on Friday for Card and a Cuppa. Bye for now.